I won't be on here long. I just wanted to make a video real quick. I was watching about this video with George Foreman. Great boxer, greatest, one of the greatest of all time. My favorite boxer of all time. I got to put Tyson up there. I got to put a couple other boxers up there. But they were talking about his toxicology, and they were talking about how he passed away. Rest in peace to one of the greatest boxers of all time. But the thing is that they say he died from congenital heart failure or heart failure. Very scary to think about because I have this thing called congenital heart failure. Well, I have a pacemaker, so I had this heart problem all my life ever since I was born. Coming out of my mother's womb because my mother had lupus, and my mother body, didn't produce enough for me to build the walls of my heart to help pump blood throughout my body. Uh, I've been dealing with this problem for over nearly 49 years. I'm going on 50, hoping that I make it to 50. Well, I'm going on 49 this coming May, so I'm hoping by 2026 I'll turn 50, and I'll make it to be 50. And whatever happens then happens. But let's talk about it because a lot of people don't get their heart checked. A lot of people don't care about their heart. People just say, hey, if I die, I die. If I die from a heart attack, stroke, or if I die getting hit by a car or a truck, or you know, I trip and fall, hit my head against the ground, or whatever. I don't care. But the thing is, let me tell you something, right? The heart is very, very valuable besides the brain. And people don't get their heart checked or really care to get their heart checked because they believe that, they'll feel a little pain, a little indigestion. Sometimes they'll get like ammonia. Sometimes they'll get COVID or something that will actually, bother the heart or medication that bother the heart. Now, I know a lot of people out there have heart problems. Now, me, I always think that more likely people that get heart issues are more likely athletes because athletes put more strain on their heart than regular people do during a daily basis. That's why a lot of people can live a lot longer with heart issues than athletes and people that are actually using doing more stressful jobs. But to me, having congenital heart failure is very scary because you live with it day to day. You'll never know what's going to happen. People say, "Oh, well, people use a lot of God and everything." That really drives me crazy because you know you can't predict the things that's going to happen to you, and sometimes you don't want to predict the things that happen to you. You just want to let it flow. But heart attack and stroke is some crazy shit because it just comes out of nowhere. You know, you can just be talking to your homie, you drop, and you could be talking to your wife, you could talk to your, you could be at your work, you could be at a dinner, you could be at a wedding, you could be anywhere, and your heart to just stop, or you just have that stroke. You know what I mean? And you just fall to the floor, and that's it. I mean, some people could live through it. Some people have complications through it. But I always tell people, even women, I believe women are more likely to have heart attacks and strokes than men. Because women are more likely to deal with more stress than men because they give birth. They deal with a lot of pressure in life. And us men, we are more athletic. So we are more likely to probably try to build our bodies, to be stronger, to eat right, and stuff like that. But the thing about it is that we don't take care of ourselves. We're overweight, especially in this country. Is the most overweight country in the world. And we got a lot of people that are dealing with diabetes, lupus, all different types of diseases. And it all deals with the heart. I always try to tell my homie or homies to get your heart checked. I even tell females that. Get your heart checked. Because it's very important. Because you only live once. And once your heart stops, yeah, you'll probably get it beating again, but it's going to more likely that it's going to end up stopping again, or you probably have a heart attack or a stroke again, and that's just common. But see, sometimes it's in the family trait. Some people won't even have a heart attack at all. They'll live their life and just die a natural death. Die in their sleep. Just die a natural death. But people gotta understand you got to have something to look at to protect you in the future, because you don't want to have children at a young age and you lose yourself to your children at a very young age from a heart attack and stroke. It's sad because I, being 49 years old, going on 50 pretty soon, look at it as I have a 21-year-old daughter, and my daughter hasn't lived out her life yet, and I haven't seen it yet. And it's kind of scary to know that every day I wake up hoping that I'll live through the day, you know. And like I said, everybody want to put God and everything. I'm not a big believer in God. I'm sorry, I'm not. I believe faith is in the person, because it's only in the person's mind, because they believe that every day that you get up every morning is because of just because that's the way life is supposed to be. You have a time clock, and your time clock ends, or your time clock comes anytime. It could be tomorrow. It could be 5 minutes. It could be 10 seconds. It could be 20 seconds. 30 seconds from now, your life can end, and it has nothing to do with God. And that's what I'm just saying. Because life is just like it's like a dot, dog. It's like it's just like a dot. You don't know how small life is until it's gone. And your family is going to be like, God damn, what happened? Because people don't like to get their body checked. People don't like going to hospitals. People don't like going to emergency rooms. People don't like medication. I don't like medication either. I hate medication. I hate the taste of it. I hate to look at it. I hate to swallow it. I hate everything about it. But sometimes you have to take something to help you with something. Because if you don't, what is the point? Without medication, I don't think that we will be here right now. I know that medication of the past, we don't have that same medication that can actually cure us without have to worry about our heart and worry about our bones and worry about our brain and worry about our blood pressure and all that other kind of stuff. But we have some stuff that we can actually help us. But we got to get checked out first, because we just can't sit there and say, oh, well, God knows what's going on. He doesn't even know what's going on with us. We only know what's going on with us because it's our bodies. We are the ones that's supposed to get our bodies checked. We are the ones supposed to get our heart checked, our brain checked, our lungs checked. We're supposed to get everything checked from having these doctors. If we don't, we are going to just vanish. You know, you can't make money dead. You cannot get married dead. You can't take care of your children dead. You can't do any of these things dead. So you got to take care of yourself. Please. I know a lot of people are probably going to look at this video like, wow, how's he making a video like this? It's so disturbing. No, it's not disturbing. I want people to understand life is very fucking short. Like, it's like a little dot on a map that you can't even fucking see. You're here 1 minute and you're going the next. And the only people that's going to mourn is your family. And once they finish mourning, nobody else is going to mourn for you. So you have to take care of yourself now. You got to see if everything is good, because people complain too much about what's going on with them. Oh, I'm sick. I don't feel well. Well, go to the fucking doctors. Go to the emergency room. I mean, if they, I know you don't want to hear it because they might lie to you and tell you that nothing's wrong with you, and then send you home with a lollipop, or send you home with 5 pills and tell you to, if you have another problem, call 911 and just come back here. No, just fucking go. Sit in that emergency room. I hate emergency rooms. Sometimes I do leave, but sometimes it's just like I hate waiting to find out what's wrong with me, because it's scary to even be there, to even say, damn, why am I here? To even know that something might be wrong with me and I might have to be there for a couple of days. Which I don't want to be in the hospital for a couple of days because, number one, the food is nasty. The doctors pop it anytime they fucking want when they want to see you. You're butt naked half of the time, or you're on a toilet, or you're doing something that they can walk in on you, and they don't put you in good rooms. You know what I mean? So I'm not saying the hospital's a hotel. That's what we always think hospitals are hotels, because they're just like hotels, but a little bit more disturbing. And they want to get you out of there. They don't want to keep you in there, so they keep you in there for a few days so they can just get somebody else a room. But we gotta be better. We're we're a very unhealthy country, very very unhealthy. And when I watched that thing about George Foreman, it's sad because he didn't even know that he was having a heart attack. He went to go to sleep and died the next morning. He died in his sleep, even though it's peaceful, but it's kind of scary. You know, it's a good thing that we have opportunities to get ourselves checked and get our opportunities to get ourselves well and to be healthy, to lose weight, to exercise, and let our family see us for another couple of years and be happy that we are actually doing something healthy with ourselves. Because if we don't do that, our wives, our husbands, our kids, our family is going to be like, damn, what happened? Why did that motherfucker never tell me that they were sick? Because we never know what's going on with us inside. We think we always know everything. We don't know shit. Because we are afraid to ask questions. Like I said before, even geniuses ask us questions. So why can't we ask questions about ourselves and our health? Because our health is declining, you know. Really, honestly, our health is declining in this country, and it's a shame. Especially us black people. Us black people are really, really struggling with our health. And we don't live long, you know? And it's sad that we're dying from heart attacks, strokes, and all complications from all different types of diseases and all these different new diseases that are coming out that we never heard of fuck before. Coming back with smallpox, chickenpox, measles, swine flu, yellow fever. All this shit is coming back the fuck out again. That happened like at least about 30 or 40 to 100 years ago. And we're getting these diseases again. And we don't know how to take care of these diseases because there's no cure. My HS, my skin disease has no cure. My heart disease don't have no cure. Diabetes don't have no cure. Lupus has no cure. HIV has no cure. These are the diseases that have no cures. And these are the diseases that we need to actually start fighting. Because if we don't fight these diseases, they're going to get worse and worse and worse. And all we're going to do is sit up there and complain, oh, I'm sick, sick, sick. Okay, we know we're sick. But what we're doing about it, we're actually doing absolutely fucking nothing about it. You know what I mean? I'm hoping my daughter don't get HS. Well, my daughter has HS, but I'm hoping that she don't get no other underlying diseases. But that is just hereditary because that's what happens when you have family members that are sick. It comes to you, and you try your best to do everything to take care of yourself, but you can't because you're not really doing a good job because you're not really actually asking questions. Which us as human beings that we have a mouth to ask questions to our doctors. What the fuck is going on with us? Can you please make sure that you check me out? Take my blood. Like, come on, give me more tests. Put me in that MRI, the X-ray, or do something that will help me stay alive for another 20 to 30 years. Because I believe we can live a long time. I just believe that we just stop taking care of ourselves because we just give up on ourselves. Because we believe that the medication and all that shit will help us. But the only thing that will really help us is us. Because we're the only ones that can do things for ourselves. We can't stop just saying, okay, let's take some medication, it will help me, and I'm going to get better. It doesn't work like that. But I'm going to get off this, John. This is your boy, Ghost. Please have a safe weekend, and I'll be back here on another time.